All right, welcome in, boys. Take it to the bank, Kansas. I am your host, Keg. With me, as always, my NASCAR partner in crime, Coop. Coop, last weekend was another phenomenal weekend, my guy. Well, first off, what was the Sports Keg has now turned into Nuke the House. If you don't know, we've rebranded. Now you know. Same people, same winners, new name. But anyway, last week, Coop, it was a good weekend. We were at Darlington. We hit Kyle Larson at a little less than 20-1. That was cool. Gave some back though. We had multiple outrights, obviously, that we lost. Chris Buescher ruined me on 3 props. Took some more profit, but it was a good race. And we banked in the end. And if you're keeping score at home, that's now 19 of 25 races this Cup year where Coop and I have cashed the ticket for you guys at crazy numbers. So we go for 20 out of 26 this week. Coop, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing very well, man. Very well. I'm very excited about this week. I feel very good about this week. And I'm fully expecting it to be a very big weekend.
I like
already
it.
got it off to a great start, man. Thanks to your Eckes Live.
We're off to a good start, Coop.
Very good. Wish we could have got a few more top fives, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
But,
wish we could have got
money
a
will
few.
be made off of that. So
Yep. We made money off the top fives. Unfortunately, the 4
I
hours.
haven't that, but you have.
Oh, right. Sunday, you got to get through. Unfortunately, the 4 outrights that we had on the website lost, but hopefully people watched the show, which is why we do the show. And hopefully they were able to get on Eckes. So before we hop into Kansas, takeaways from Darlington. What say you? Kyle Larson's back, baby.
Yeah. I mean, Kyle Larson was really well. I mean, it's really crazy. Like Eric Jones, man, like he's been horrible all year, but like at both Darlington races, he was pretty darn good. And I mean, he's always been very good there. But do you just think they do something for that car at that race, or do you think it's him,
Speaking on who?
Eric Jones?
Oh, he's just there. I think it's just, I don't know. I think I think they really have a beat on that track and what it
Yeah,
takes to make that car good, right? Because
yeah.
I mean, he's been MIA the entire year. Last year he had a good year, but he's basically
Mhm.
been MIA this entire year.
Yeah. But after that, I mean, I think the key thing to remember is there's going to be a lot of different leaders at that track. It's not an easy race to peg because you do have several different leaders. So, feel fortunate enough to come through, and we'll keep pushing along. But I mean, I don't know. Darlington's not the Darlington that it used to be. Still a good race.
Why do
Would
you
like to
feel
see
that way?
would like to see more passing. The tire wear is not like what it used to be.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like with this next gen car now, you just have, if you're not on a tire wear track, how on earth do you drive through the field to get to the front of it? It's impossible.
Hmm.
It's really hard. They just really missed the mark.
Yeah,
Like in terms of exciting races, they've really
yeah.
missed the mark this year.
I mean, and I guess let's just transition it. Like, if you really want to talk about like maybe the new Darlington is Kansas. Like those races have been really exciting.
Yeah, they
They've
have
been
been.
very good. I
Yep.
mean, look at what we just went through in the truck race. Great finish. You
Yep.
know.
Yep. And you know what? That race from earlier in the year at Kansas might have been the most exciting race that we had all year so far.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
yeah.
really
It's
good.
one of the top ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you know that you're remembering that we're in Kansas.
It's been a rough week, Coop. It's
Yeah.
been a rough week.
So just so everybody knows, like we were backstage prior to the race or prior to the show, and Keg goes, "Where are we at this week?"
we just watched the track we were at for 2.5 hours, and I was like, "Where are we at again?" Oh, Kansas. Right, right, right. Before we move on to Kansas, Chris Buescher, man, like Coop. How you can't like that car is in a place right now where it's impossible to write him off for the remainder of the year. You and I thought he probably wasn't going to be in the top 20 at Darlington.
Yeah.
And he finished third, and he had a very, very good car. Like, what is the deal with that car right now?
That's very good, man. That's a very good question. I mean, maybe they just haven't caught on to what he's doing. You know, I don't know. I don't want to say it's illegal or whatever, but like, that's pretty damn good, man. And I've had my eyes on it. He's won 3 of the last 6 races
and finished
third place last week.
Right.
And congrats to him, man.
Yeah.
Can't take anything away from him as long as he's not doing any hanky panky.
What does that mean for him and the remainder of the year? Like, do we have to take him into consideration like every week now?
I don't know about every week, but I think we got to take him much more seriously than obviously pre 6 weeks ago.
Yeah,
and he's got to be somebody we watch closely throughout the race. And I don't know how well the playoffs set up for him. We'll have to wait and see. But the one thing that's good for him is when the points reset. As long as he keeps getting solid finishes, he's going to continue to do well because he's got a lot of playoff points.
What were your thoughts? What were your thoughts on his overall year on intermediate ovals this year? Considering that's where we are on Sunday.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to really get that answer because he's in a Ford, and we know Ford doesn't perform very well in these intermediate ovals.
Right.
But I think you got to really watch him this week and take him seriously, and don't let your eye off of him. And he's just crazy because I don't think he lost very many positions last week. If he did, it was just a couple, but he continually just moved up. Now, I don't know, if all the cars stay clean last week, he probably finishes around 7th, 8th, somewhere in that ballpark.
Right.
His third place finish did get benefit of, some better cars that, ended up behind him because of their unfortunate circumstances. But still, very good race for him.
Like looking at I have iFantasy race pulled up, right, and looking at Buescher's just speed rank on mile and a halfs this year, right? He goes or intermediates in general. He goes 26th at Vegas, 18th at Kansas, 11th at Charlotte, 3rd at Michigan. Is what it has here. Boop, 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 getting better every time. I think that I know it's crazy to say because when you look at intermediates this year, and I will transition over to Kansas now, right? So for people that don't know, what would you say the track comps are? Vegas, Charlotte.
Yeah, Vegas really is. I think is the biggest one that people talk about. But yeah, I think you can include all the ones that you talked about in there. Obviously, prior Kansas, Charlotte.
Right. And if you look, right, I mean, you're the top 7, 8 guys, the 8 of the top 9 are 5 Toyotas. It's Marty, Denny, Bubba, Reddick, Bell, and then Larson and Byron, right? So those 7 guys right now seem to be on a level of their own in terms of speed on intermediates. But still, I just don't know how you can count Chris Buescher out at this point. Over the last 6 weeks,
I can't bet him pre-race, but
Right. You can't bet everybody, especially when Toyota looks so strong, and then you got to account for Byron and Larson. But like, man, they're going to be quick to drop that number live if he starts moving towards the front. That's for sure.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
All right. Let's go down. Let's go down the board. I'm gonna use Bet365. Let's go with that. Kyle Larson, they have your odds on favorite at plus 450. Superbook, he's 6-1 currently. At BR, he is 450. At DK, he is 6-1. So, I mean, those top three guys, you got Denny, you got Marty, and you got Larson, all between 450 and 6-1. Obviously, you and I like all three of those guys. It's very hard to, if you're not going to get creative like you and I have done this year, and we've basically made an art form out of it. It's going to be hard to back all these guys because the odds don't allow you. And I don't know, Coop, how you differentiate. Like I would probably put the Toyotas above Kyle Larson and Byron this week. But man, I mean, they're putting you in a box. They're making you either choose one person and go into the race basically live, or do what you and I have had success doing this year. So I assume that you're high on Denny, Marty, Larson, your three odds on favorites.
100%, man. If I had to rank them, I'd rank them Denny, Larson, Truex.
Why?
I don't know. Truex has been a shade slower
Lately, right?
Yeah, shade. I just don't. I think Larson and Denny deserve to be 1-2 in front of Marty for this particular track type.
Where do you put Byron ahead of the rest of the Toyotas? Where are you at with Willie B, who is the fourth choice currently at Bet365 at 7-1?
Yeah.
But if you shop around, you could probably find an 8.
Yeah, I mean, you can't discount the kid. He was down 2 laps earlier this year at this race and finished 3rd or 4th. He's going to have a strong vehicle, and I might put him in front of Truex too.
Really?
Yeah, for this race type. Like if you look at the overall speed this year on those 1.5s, where does Marty rank?
Number 1, 2.75 average total speed rank.
Wow.
4 at Vegas, 2 at Kansas, 4 at Charlotte, 1 at Michigan.
Wow.
Right behind him, Denny, 3.75
but
average.
He hasn't won any of them races, has he?
I have to check, but I don't think so. I could check that though.
I know he won Sonoma and he won Dover.
I have racing reference up. So at Vegas, Willie won. Larson finished 2nd. Bowman finished 3rd. Hendrick romped. But after that, Toyota finished 4, 5, 7. Marty finished 7th at Vegas. At Kansas, Denny won. Larson finished 2nd. Byron finished 3rd. Marty finished 8th. At Charlotte, Blaney won. Byron 2, Marty 3, Bubba 4, Reddick 5. Fuck, man. Toyota and Hendrick are going to be so.
What name did you mention the most out of there?
Byron.
Yeah. But I mean, again, like it's just the old-fashioned NASCAR. Like the best car doesn't always win.
True.
And I think that's why I still put Marty fourth. I wouldn't put him I wouldn't put him past anybody else. I put it Denny and Larson, Byron, Truex.
Okay, hear me out. We were talking about Busher, right? A lot of people that I've seen take Michigan into account when they think about these cookie cutter ovals, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Chris Busher number 1, Marty number 2, Denny number 3, Larson number 5.
Yeah.
I think it feels so clear cut this week, doesn't it? Like it's Toyota, it's Byron and Larson, and like if anybody's gonna come from the rafters, it's gonna be Busher again. That car is in a fucking zone. I'm
Maybe.
telling you, Coop, he's in his zone.
I'm not doubting you, man. I think there's a couple other cars that could come from the rafter, though.
Of the Toyotas this week, right? I'm least high on Gibbs. Are you there too? Where are you on Gibbs?
Yeah, I'm least high on him, but I mean, like, he's still top 10, I think, in this race.
Just because of the speed Toyota has right now?
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at his mile and a halfs, then that's where he's been the fastest this year. And his number, I don't know where. I mean, I bet it at 45 in my parlay at MGM, and I think he should be 30 to 35, which I probably would have guessed that's where he's at on most books.
Yeah. So after that, like, I mean, the book's nailed.
Like, why couldn't Gibbs be Eckes tonight?
God,
Been strong.
I think about the seven. When I think about the 7 or 8 guys that he's going to have to pass to do it,
right? But like, go back to Kansas 1. Like, he was a top 5 car, wasn't he? Until he wrecked.
Yeah, 100%. He was a top 5 car. That was the week you weren't watching. Do you remember that week? And I said, Coop, your fucking boy, bro, had a monster. You're right, bro.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. Now that I think about that. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I don't see how you can't. Maybe you don't go all in on him, but like at that number, like I feel pretty confident at saying he's what 35 on 365.
Right. Well, I'm looking at he's 45 to 1 right now at DK.
Yeah, it's 45 to 1 at MGM is what I got him at. I feel very confident saying that after qualifying he'll be less than 20.
His top 5 is 5 to 1. What's his top 10 number at Bet 365 right now? Oh, well, wait, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. All right, but going back to the outrights, the books nailed it. The top 7 guys, your top 7 odds-on favorites are Denny, Marty, Larson, Byron, Reddick, Bell, Bubba, and like that's exactly what it should be. Like I can't argue with that. Are you right there? And after Bubba, it's KB and then Busher. So I mean, I can't argue with that. Although the last person I'm betting this week is Kyle Busch. I'd like throw him out. But I mean, like those top 7 guys, the books nailed it. That's exactly what they should be.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so you guys know right off the jump that Coop and I are going to.
How would you rank the Toyotas?
I would rank the Toyotas. I would probably still rank Marty number 1 out of respect for what he's done this year. I would probably rank Denny number 2. I would rank Bubba number 3. I would rank Reddick number 4. I would rank Bell number 5. Gibbs number 6. How would you rank it?
Denny, Marty, Reddick, Bell, Bubba, Gibbs.
Okay.
But again, like, are they all in the top 10?
Oh yeah, for sure. If the race stays relatively clean, I think they're all fighting for a top 5. They're just fast.
You said if the race stays relatively clean.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah, I do. I dream. I dream of races where volatility doesn't get us. Okay.
What do you think? You think Dorothy took this and made it a road course real quick?
um, but you know what though? What the beautiful way about you and I have bet this sport this year is we have so much coverage. Something's really got to go wrong for us to not cash a ticket at a good price too, because we knock out the parlay legs every fucking week like clockwork. It's unbelievable what we have done with these parlays this year. We're never going to be this good again. So get ready for that. Next year, we are not going to we'll make money because it's what we do. But this year, bro, this is crazy what we've done this year. It's crazy.
And to think it, man, like I'm really excited about football this week, and like I think the football that we're on combined with this race
Puts us in a very good spot.
Yeah.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree.
Like it's kind of lining up, in my opinion. Like I said, I think we're gonna have a big week.
All right, so let's talk about guys that you and I won't be on, because we will be on Denny Hamlin, we will be on Marty, we will be on Larson, we will be on Byron, we will be on Reddick, we will be on Bell, and we will be on Bubba in the outright market. I might throw a little bit on Gibbs too with Coop, because I remember that conversation from that Kansas race earlier this year like it was yesterday. I guess I'm not going to bet Chris Buescher at 14-1 or 16, whatever you can get him at. But he scares the shit out of me, man. And I got to tell you, it's not going to take me long to pull the trigger if that dude is marching. It's not going to take me long on Sunday. That's for sure.
Where did he qualify in the spring race?
He qualified. Seven 14th.
Where did he qualify? At Michigan? He was in
Fourth.
the top 10. Fourth.
Okay.
What's his pole win?
Buescher to win the pole, Coop? It is... Jesus Christ, where is he? 16.
That's horrible.
$16. All right, so now let's talk about the outrights that Coop and I will not be on. Kyle.
Go ahead.
Kyle Busch, 14-1. I have no interest. I assume you don't either.
I already placed a bet on Kyle Busch.
You bet Kyle Busch to win this race?
Yeah.
What do you fucking hate money? Why?
Because Kyle Busch has been very good in this package. And
define good.
He's had a really fast car. He's just had a lot of issues.
I mean, Ryan and iFantasy Race don't have him in the top 10 in speed this year on mile and a half.
Hey, I covered myself.
We're already. What do you mean covered, Coop? Are we at the point where we're going to bet half the field? What are you talking about?
I bet Kyle Busch to win.
Okay,
And
well, Coop's gonna ride that fucking ticket solo for the people watching. After KB, we spoke about Busher, Ross Chastain 18-1, Kevin Harvick 18-1. Where are you at on those two? Oh, by the way, a moment of silence for Happy. Chris Bell could have easily won that race last weekend. Denny Hamlin could have easily won that race last weekend. Kevin Harvick, who it's his last fucking time at Darlington. He's only got 9 races left or 8 races left, hopefully. Well, he definitely does, but he might not be in the playoffs. But really sad that Kevin Harvick got screwed out of that win. He was in a prime position, and then a really unfortunate caution came out, and it screwed our guy Happy from getting one more win. Where are you at on Chastain? Where are you at on Harvick?
just to backtrack from it, just to let you know, I put $5 on Kyle Busch to win $1,383.
No, you know what? I'm not going to let you backtrack because you still just wasted $5. Okay, so I'm not going to let you backtrack.
Says the man who bet Stu Friesen tonight, and the guy that bet Austin Cindric last week.
Yeah, says the man. Where'd he finish, Stewie? Top 10 guy, right?
8th place, I think. Something.
Okay, not that bad of a bet at 30-1, Coop.
Does it get you any money?
No, it didn't get me any money.
Okay, thank you.
I hate you, bro. All right, where are you at on Chastain and Harvick? All right,
Harvick's in left field. All right, and Chastain, I don't know, man. The guy just doesn't have the speed, but like, what is it? Like, is he just going to come out of the rafters and beat us? I don't know. But I can't.
You know what?
I can't do anything until practice.
The only mile and a half track he really showed up on was Charlotte, right? Well, I guess Darlington, but you can't really count Darlington.
Yeah. I can't bet Ross right now.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, Smokestack brings up a good point. You said last week that Bell was going to win that race and he was going to win at Kansas. Do you stand by that?
He very well might.
Do you stand by that?
My gut's not telling me it's going to be Bell, but I still wouldn't be surprised if he won.
He had a great car last week.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
My gut's telling me somebody else. My gut's switched, but
I know. I bet you.
I'm still a big Chris Bell fan.
You're still, yeah, definitely a big Chris Bell fan. All right, after Happy, Chase Elliott 18-1, Brad Keselowski 18-1. I mean, listen, Chase Elliott, he might as well not even be on the track for the remainder of the year. I mean, whatever. Brad Keselowski, I mean, you got to respect RFK right now. But that said, like I'm not running to the window with all these Chevys and Toyotas that we think are going to be good. Where are you at with Kez?
Kez, I'll be off of. I'll watch live. I think he's a step behind Busher. Elliott, I've already bet. Elliott, I think, I've said it a lot. He hasn't been really great on mile and a halves, but.
How many drivers did you bet to win the race?
I don't know, 10 or 11. I bet $2.50 on him to win.
We need an intervention.
$1,223.
You and I need I might have to make a trip to Virginia. That's where we're at. I'm gonna have to talk. I mean, Mrs. Coop, me, her, you in the living room, sitting down, saying, "Listen, it's time to have a talk."
Yeah, I mean, at $2.50, I couldn't pass it up, man.
Yeah, well, guess what? That's $7.50 between him and Kyle Busch. Should have went in your wife's gas tank. That's where it should have went. That's where it should have went. Not on these two guys to win the race. Okay,
but like Hendrick Motorsports is really good here. Who's to say Elliott couldn't be the one?
I mean, God, the dude's been fucking MIA for 7 months, Coop.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. Who won tonight?
Eckes.
In what paint scheme?
The Napa car. Napa know-how, bro.
Oh,
Napa
Napa
know-how.
know-how. What's Elliott drive?
Napa.
All right.
That's our handicap.
But like, I think Chase Elliott top 10. I like that too. We'll get to that later.
Okay. Maybe I could buy that. Blaney Bowman 20. Oh, Joey, my bad. Joey and Blaney 20 and 22 to 1. Where you at on Ford Penske?
No. I mean, it's RFK right now. So I'll have to watch him live.
Alex Bowman 35 to 1. Talking about Hendrick. What do you think about Bowman here? Well, Jay, he's one of the 11 cars that I bet, and I bet $1 on. I bet $1.25 to win $7 million. What'd you bet on?
$250
oh,
to win 1984.
That's $10 in the gas tank now. Unbelievable.
This is Alex Bowman. This is one of Alex Bowman's best tracks.
I don't disagree with that. That I don't disagree with.
So, I bet Busch, I bet Bowman, I bet Elliott because after the Toyotas that we've previously talked about and the 200 cars, I think they're the most likely to come from the Raptors.
How many parlay legs does one have to bet to turn $2 into $2,000? Let's hear. Can I hear how many legs are in that parlay?
I already have one leg home.
Oh, good. Okay, so how many are left?
You want to know what leg I got home?
Yeah, the Lions money line. You fuck. I know what leg you got home. I see. Did you have St. Brown first touchdown at 15 to 1? Then I don't want to hear about the Lions money line. Let's go. How many other legs?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 more to go?
Yeah, they're all going to win too.
What are they? All football?
All football.
Okay. 6 isn't terrible. I thought you were going to be like 12 more to go, Keg. I bet the whole NFL slate.
No.
All right.
This will probably be my last 6 or 7 leg parlay until we get to Talladega.
All right. After Bowman, we spoke on Gibbs, and I mean from there on down.
I did bet Gibbs too.
Right. Suarez at 80 to 1. Stenhouse.
But I guess Gibbs money's not going in the gas tank.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
45 to 1. At 45 to 1, I mean, you can't bet. I mean, that's a ridiculous number.
And he was really.
I mean, what do you think? What do you think he should be? I said 30 to 35.
20. Based on the speed that Toyota has shown the last 2 months, and based on how good he looked at Kansas, probably 20 is fair.
Yeah.
So I don't.
I will forewarn you. Once I get this parlay through.
Yeah.
And it comes down to the Eagles and the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I am going to be a huge Ty Gibbs fan. Huge.
Okay. Fair enough.
Because I got him at 977 to 1.
That's not bad. So how much did you bet on it?
Well, maybe not 900. $10 to win almost 9,800.
That's good. That's real good.
Yeah. Big Ty Gibbs fan if that happens.
Is it even worth talking about anybody that's under?
Yeah, I think the only one left maybe that we have was Suarez, but I mean, I don't know. I can't bet Danny.
Yeah, I can't bet him.
I can't.
All right, so that's the outright market. You guys know where we're at. Well, I'll have plays up on. What time is practice and qualifying?
12:30, I believe, but don't quote me on that.
So I'll have plays up on the site before. I'll check that actually. Let's check that now.
Hey, can you pull up J-Ski real quick too?
Yeah, I have it up.
Can you look at the qualifying groups? I haven't looked at them. Is there anything hinky pinky?
Group A has Reddick, Byron, Blaney, Elliott, Bubba, Marty, and Bowman. And then Group B has Gibbs, Bell, Denny, Busher, Larson, and KB.
Now, what do I expect out of qualifying? I expect the Fords to be good in qualifying. Because if you look at these mile and a half tracks, they've been good in qualifying. It's just that once the race starts, they don't run well.
All right. Well, if we're looking at Fords, you got Busher, Keselowski, Logano, and Cindric in Group B. And then you have Blaney, Happy, Almirola, Briscoe.
Oh, Stuart Haas is horrible. Don't even count them. They're really bad on these mile and a halves.
Then basically it's Blaney in Group A, and then all the rest of the Fords in Group B.
So Group A must be really weak.
Well, but the problem is it's got Reddick, Byron, Bubba, Marty, and then I guess those would be your four strongest. And but
Bowman was in there, right?
Yeah, Bowman
and Elliott.
Bowman, Elliott, Reddick, Byron, Marty, Bubba, Blaney.
Yeah, so
pretty even, I guess.
Who's the Ford in there? Blaney?
In Group A, yeah.
What's his number to win the pole?
$20.
What did he qualify in the spring? I think Joey was up there for the Fords.
Kansas, pause. Byron got the pole.
You know, if you click the box up there where it says start, it reverses it and gives you them straight down top 10. You don't have to scroll down and look at it.
Thanks, buddy. I didn't know that. Byron, Larson, Chastain, Marty, Reddick, Logano were your top three rows.
What about the top 10? Who was after that? Who was 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th?
Gibbs, Denny, Suarez, Blaney.
So 2 Fords. And that was before the RFK, you know.
Right.
Come on strong.
Right.
But it was Chevy at the top.
Right. Yeah, it was Byron, Larson qualify 1-2.
Yeah. But that's really when they were, Chevy. That was prior to their summer vacation.
But they're back.
Go on it. So,
but they're back.
All right. Top threes. So I'm not doing anything with top threes. Are you?
No. Top fives. I could definitely see myself betting a couple of those.
A couple?
I think.
Just a couple.
Actually, let me check the top 10 numbers before I say that.
Are you on 365 still?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, like, the question, Coop, is like, because I know how invested we are in these races to begin with. I think I'd rather shoot the moon on the outrights, skip the top threes and top fives, and get these numbers down on 5, 6, 7 top tens that you and I think are going to be there because they're not crazy. Like we're going to be able to get Denny down to even money. We're going to be able to get Larson and Truex and Byron down to even money. We're going to be able to get Reddick, Bell, Bubba plus money. Even Busher, if we thought he was going to hit the top 10 at plus money. Gibbs is already plus 160. So like that, I think that's the decision. And I'll be honest, I usually err on the side of the top tens.
I think you're underselling yourself.
Why? What do you mean?
Because I think we can get them at more than even money.
Oh yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. But I'm just saying, like,
I think
if we wanted to go mega safe, we can get the heaviest top tens down to even money.
I mean, the top 10 that I have written on my little note sheet is plus 213 for Denny.
With who?
Baltimore money line, Washington and Jacksonville minus 2.5.
And we have the USC too. I think that there are 2 or 3 fights that just I cannot see them losing.
Right. So the other piece I think you're underselling yourself on is I think we need 10 drivers.
10, bro? The problem, like, I'm down with that, but the problem is the fucking parlay legs. Like, if we don't get that home, it's going to kill us.
Well, first off, all right, you got to understand, I bet them differently than you. I don't put a unit on every freaking driver.
Right.
I take a unit, maybe a unit and a half since there's going to be 10.
Right.
All right.
I know. I understand what you mean. You try to go for like a big number at very low risk.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
So, there's no way I'm betting a unit on each one of them. I'm not, Jay, I have a motorhome I need to purchase. I'm not like you.
Got it.
But I think you're underselling yourself because, like, what did you start the show out with about the results of this race in the past?
Oh, about the top 5, those 5 or 6 Toyotas and the 2 big guys. Yeah. No, I don't disagree.
Like, it's not unfeasible for 7 or 8. It's not unfeasible for all 6 Toyotas and those 2 to hit the top 10.
100%. I agree with that.
And I mean, how many races can you say that at?
Not a lot. But again, you always remind me that's like optimal clean race, right?
Right. I mean, like exactly. Like tonight, I had, like I said, I had 6 of the 7 in the top 5. I ended up with 3. But I don't know, man. Like, it's gonna have to be a lot of calamity.
So this conversation tells me that I'm probably not going to bet the top 3 and top 5 market this week. I'm just going to bypass it and go just do what
I'm betting the top 5 too. I'm doing top 10 and top 5.
Because
but again, I'm only risking a unit to a unit and a half. I'm not risking, what would be like you are.
Yeah, that I get that. Like that's cool. I don't mind that if you're not.
I'm not greedy like you are.
No, don't start. So Keg's going to go top 10 heavy for sure. And Coop is going to take a couple units and take a shot at the top 5 and the top 10 market. Okay, I'll buy that. That's basically what we've done. To be honest, I don't think I've bet the top 5 all that much in Cup this year. I think I focused more in the trucks and Xfinity with the top 5s.
Like I think, like, do we go a little bit more risque, so to say, on the parlay for the top 5s? and shoot for a really big number?
You could. I think you almost have to if you're going to do it. How many top fives do you plan on betting?
10. We're going to settle on 10 drivers, and we're going to bet 10 for top 10 and 10 for top 5. But the thing is, like, based like on my notes, all right, I have 2, 4, 6, 8. I have 9 right now. Okay, for top 10. I would have to get. I would have
8 off the top of my head. I don't know what the other.
I would have to get 3 of those in to break even.
Okay.
Based upon that parlay I told you earlier. Okay.
Right.
Like for top 5, all right. On top 5, I only have 7. Maybe it is the 7 that we talked about earlier, and not 10. Okay?
Right.
But I have a little bit more aggressive parlay pieces.
Okay.
That I think are a little bit that are, they're still safe, in my opinion.
Okay.
But it starts Larson at 1097
to hit the top 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like my point is, like, I only need 1 top 5.
Right. No,
one top 5. One.
Right. I got
to
you.
To make money.
I got you. And for the people that don't bet like me that are watching, that are only going to throw like a unit and a half in the top 10 market, a unit and a half in the top 5 market, then you should probably go the route that Coop's going to go. For sure.
I maybe one day, maybe not next year, but maybe the following year, I might be able to get to do what you do and throw a unit on 10 drivers at top 10.
One more year like this year, and you're going to be there, buddy, and you're going to be doing it from your fucking motorhome. One more year like this.
But listen, like the parlay that I have, it goes. I told you 1097 on Larson.
Right.
1931 on Bubba was the biggest number.
Okay. And what are you at, like a quarter unit risk on each guy in the top 5?
Well, on that would be, on this particular one, that would be 7. All right.
So that's less than 2 units.
7 divided by, what's what? 7 times
1.75 would be a quarter unit.
So it's probably $35 on each driver.
Okay.
All right.
So let the people know, the 7 guys that I'm not gonna bet the top 5 market.
Larson, Hamlin, Truex, Byron, Reddick, Bell, Falls. Maybe
the 5. Yeah. If you were gonna add the 8th guy, it would be Gibbs, right?
Yeah. All right. So what about top 10 since you're in on top 10? Let's get all these top 10 drivers down.
Right. So I'm right there. I'll have those were my 8, right? So right there.
So hold on. 2, 4, 6, 8. I have 9 down. I have one more than you, but it's all the Toyotas.
Right.
Plus Larson plus Byron.
That's where I'm at. That's 8. That gives us 8.
So who are the last 2?
I'm left with two spots. And you're I thought you said you had 9 written down, right?
I do, but you
I assume that I assume that 9th guy that you have written down is either Kyle Busch or Chase Elliott.
I have Chase Elliott's name down.
Okay. Let me see what has he done this year on intermediates.
But he's not very good on the intermediates in the past. But like, what did that car finish?
8th total speed rank at Kansas, 4th at Michigan, 15th at Charlotte, and he didn't race in the Vegas race. Who was that? Do you remember?
Josh Berry.
Yeah, they don't have it. But let me see where Berry finished at Vegas.
He was like not good. I don't think that was his first race in that car. I believe maybe his second.
32nd. Started. No. Wait a minute. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah. 29th. My bad. He started 32nd, finished 29th. Okay. Um. So you like him over Bowman, huh? If you were going to take him.
Well, look. I mean, it's pretty simple. All right. So if you're looking at 365, right?
Yeah.
Is there anybody below Ty Gibbs you're willing to risk?
No.
All right. I am not either. I'm on the same page. So let's look Ty Gibbs on up. All right. So let's start up here. The first guy who we don't have is Chris Buescher at minus 150.
Right.
Are you willing to lay minus 150 on Chris Buescher?
Well, we wouldn't lay minus 150.
I know we wouldn't, but like these are the numbers.
I'll be honest. Like when the first two guys that popped into my head for the 9 and 10 spot were Blaney and Buescher.
How many Fords finished in the top 10 in this spring? Like again, if you hit that finish button, it gets scrolls and automatically gives you the starting lineup. I mean, the finishing position.
It was Logano finished 6th. That's it. Logano finished 6th.
Okay, so this is the deal with the Fords for me. All right, like it would be Buescher, it would be Kez, Blaney, or Logano. Those are the 4. How do you know which 4? Like I'm not wanting to put 2 of them in there.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to know which one shows up. Although it's hard to not take Buescher's current form into consideration.
Right. Okay. So then you have Kyle Busch would be next. Then you have Ross Chastain, minus 138, minus 120.
Now in the spring, Chastain started 3rd, finished 5th, got a top 5.
That was before Mr. Hendrick sat him down and had his conversation with him, and he's been shit since then.
True. Chase Elliott finished 6th.
Like I'm looking at the last 2 from a number perspective. That's why I have Chase Elliott in there. Plus, he finished 6th. I'm not his form. I'm taking out. Like his form's not good. Would you rather take a shot at Chris Buescher at minus 150 or Chase Elliott plus 140?
I mean, if I was betting it by itself, it would probably be Chase Elliott at plus 140.
Okay. Because then, like, the only other one that I have a consideration for would be Bowman at plus 160.
Now
I don't know if he ran cancels early.
Yeah, he didn't.
How did Barry do?
He finished 25th.
Like go to Racing Reference or not Racing Reference, but driver averages.
So Alex Bowman
He's got like 7 out of 8 top 10s here or something. It's crazy.
last year in the 2 races here last year, he started 3rd, finished 4th, started 8th, finished 9th. 2021 bad year. 2020 started 6th, finished 3rd, started 6th, finished 8th. But I mean, he's got good track history of finishing in the top 10. And then in the 2 races in these next gen cars, he had a top 5 and a top 10 last year. And he was
he led over 100 laps in one of those races.
107. Yep.
Yeah.
So and you got to throw out whatever that car did early because Josh Berry's not Alex Bowman.
So obviously his form hasn't been great, but like he was in the top 10 last week at Darlington until him and Suarez started nuking it out. You know, there was another race that he was running well too in here recently before he had an issue.
Like I could definitely go like if your perspective is like, well, I think if we take Elliott and Bowman, I think there's a really good shot that one of them hit the top 10 because we already feel strong on the other 8 guys, right? I guess I'll buy that. But man, I could see you and I saying, how the fuck are we not on Chris Buescher to hit the top 10 after the last 6 weeks?
Right.
You feel better about Bowman or Elliott?
Toss up.
If it's a toss up at that point, it becomes what's the best starting price, right?
Well, 160 versus 140. And I'm gonna look at Barstool, you look at Rivers real quick.
What do you want to know?
The top 10 numbers, because we know Caesars is out, and okay. I'm pretty sure DraftKings is going to be out too.
Caesars has Elliott at minus 112. And Bowman.
I told you not to even look at Caesars. I said
no. I mean, I'm sorry. I meant BR. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Elliott minus 112. Bowman plus 110.
Yeah. What do they have the top guys at compared to 365?
They have actually better numbers than Bet365. They have Denny as minus 295. He's minus 334 at 365.
So you're probably going to do a combination between those 2 books.
Yeah, Larson's 278, Marty's 275. Yeah. Combination.
Barstool is not it either. They have Elliott at minus 115, Bowman at plus 135. I'll check DraftKings real quick, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be similar.
Oh, they're not. Don't even look. Don't. You'll laugh. It's too late to laugh that hard. You want to lay $5 on Denny Hamlin?
Chase Elliott's minus 150.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only one that's comparable is Gibbs.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, for me it'll be 365. For you it'll be a combination of both. All right.
What do we do? What are we going to do with the 9th and 10th spot? Are we going to take both those Chevys, or are we going to take Buescher?
I myself personally, I'm going to take Elliott and Bowman.
I guess I'm indifferent, so I'll ride it with you. I feel good about the 8th, the 9th, and 10th. I don't know. So if that's what you're gonna do, I'll ride that out with you.
What about top fives? Are you in or out?
I'm out.
So
Because
top fives.
you know how I'm going to bet the top 10. So I'm out. I'm definitely out.
All right, hold on. Let me look at the top five numbers real quick.
I could check places for you.
No, I'm just going to look at 365. They're going to be similar. Jesus Christ.
Smokesack said they don't expect Ford to do anything, it seems, by the plus 350. Yeah, that's correct. And to be honest, that's basically what they've been at most tracks pre-flop. Yeah, what's up?
You got to bet top fives. Just do it the way I do it. I know it's going to be hard for you. Just take $1,000 and split it. Put $100 on each one of them. You only have to get one home.
You really want me to put 0.1 unit on the site? Is that what you want me to put on the site?
It's been on the site all year under Ricky Stillhouse's name.
Listen. I have three words for you. Mistakes were made, Coop. All right, mistakes were made.
But like,
come on, Coop. You really want to take another? You want to take 1,000 from me? Another 1,000?
Ty Gibbs is 550. Let me make sure I'm looking at top five and not. Yep, top five.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said that earlier in the show.
Bowman's 550. Elliott's 400. Like, would it surprise you if one of those three got in to the top five?
No, not at all.
And I mean, like that's why I said, like,
like Bubba, Bubba at 2-1 to hit the top. Like, you could definitely get a decent number, but I'm already going to be so invested, man. I'll think about it. Can we move on? I'll think about it. All right, I'll think about it.
All right. If I got another one, I'm gonna probably blow your socks off.
Where you want to go next? Matchups?
Yeah.
What do you got?
I haven't looked at them, to be honest with you, because my plan, like, what's the safest parlay leg, in your opinion?
The Ravens. I just don't see how they fucking lose to the Texans. I have that line like 10 or 11, I think, on the PR. I just don't see how they lose that game.
Is there another one? One more. I know one more.
I would say that my second and third favorite looks are in the UFC.
I'm going right to it. Hold on. I'm going to put him in.
Yeah, Johnny, we're already on Washington and the Vikings. I'm with you there, buddy.
Back to NASCAR. Race matchups. All right.
Manel, I think it's Manel Cop money line and Izzy and over 1.5. Those are my second and third favorite.
So if you take the Ravens money line and Manel Cape, and then you play both legs of a matchup, you can scrape some money.
You know what? I need your wife's phone number. That's what I need. Both ends of a matchup?
Yeah.
No. Next year, everybody, Coop's going to be scraping every matchup on the board. Bink, 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 bink.
But look.
God.
If I bet $100 on each one of them, I can make $80.
That is not enough.
That's on a minus 115.
That's not enough. So you're going to have to bet $200 to make 80?
Yeah.
How is that? What if one of those parlay legs go down? You're fucking laying. What are you laying on that?
You just told me that there's no way it'll happen.
I mean, it's fucking strange things happen, man.
All right.
NFL teams don't go 17-0. All right. Thank God we can. All right.
Look at Astrodamus. See what Astrodamus just said.
Yeah. Coos trying to nuke the house. Yeah, I get it, man. I get it. No, I'm not letting you do that. Get that thought out of your head. Forget that.
Well, I really haven't looked at matchups then.
Man, Bubba heads up against Busher. I don't mind
115.
That. I know, but God, he should be better. But I mean, who knows with Chris Busher? I'm not fading that fucking guy anymore.
Do you have a price for William Byron on your matchup with him against Kyle Larson?
Yeah, even money, I think.
I don't have a price. It's blank.
Yeah, it's minus 130 for Larson, even money for Byron.
Huh. I don't think I'm going to go on any head-to-heads because I'm going to be in top 5 and top 10 land.
I'll buy that. There are two, like Gibbs plus 102 against Bowman. That's not bad. Byron plus 115 against Denny.
All right. Let me ask you this, okay? I'm moving on, okay?
Okay.
We're going to go to the team of the race winner.
Okay. What do they got for Gibbs and Hendrick?
Do you take the Ravens and Mantle Capet and go with RFK at 850 and Penske at 11 to cover yourself? Because that would get you to 13 and 17.
No.
Okay.
I would rather. What are Gibbs and Penske to win the race?
Gibbs and Penske?
I mean, I'm sorry, Gibbs and Hendrick.
162 and 225.
I'd rather get those numbers up and bet both of those. That I can get behind because that's a group bet where we have like 6 guys.
Well, I think you got to include 23XI.
8 guys, actually.
You have to include 23XI.
What are they?
5 1/4. So.
Yeah, like forget about the groups. I think I can get behind that.
Or hold on.
Yeah. VR doesn't have that.
I was going to say, do you just bet Toyota and Chevy, but the numbers are lower, 110 and 140. So I would go with the teams.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
But hold on. At least if you do the Chevy one, it protects you from Ross and Kyle.
Well, what is the Chevy number compared to the Hendrick?
110. 110 to 225 and 140 to 162 for Toyota and Gibbs.
All right, so I can get behind the 140 for Toyota instead of taking Gibbs at 162 because that's only 20 cents.
Right, but I mean, if you're going to bet 23XI Racing team, then why would you bet Toyota? Like, why would you give up the 22 cents?
But at that point, you don't have to bet. You don't have to bet a third bet. You could just get that number up on Toyota and take Hendrick. It's less risk.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm with you now. I'm with
Right?
Yeah. So it would be Toyota and Hendrick.
Right. Like if we can get both of those up to like 5, 6, 7-1, I think we got a really good shot at making 5 units there.
All right. Well, Toyota with Ravens and Mantle Cape is 385. And not Toyota, Hendrick.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. I'm down with that. We could work on getting that number up for sure. I'm down with that. Let me write that down.
Did you write them top 10s and 5s down?
I wrote the top 10s down, yes. Top 10s are written down. And then Toyota wins. Hendrick wins.
Astrodamus, man. Like, again, if I bet 10 guys to hit the top 5, I'm only going to need one to pay it off once my parlay hits.
Right. And I mean, the fucking track would have to blow up for one of those 10 guys to not hit the top 5. Literally blow up. So I agree with Coop there. If you're going to do it, that's the way you do it. Did you see any group bets that blew your dick off?
Again, I didn't look at the groups because I knew I was going to be heavy in top 5 and top 10.
I see a group that like you probably aren't going to mind at Bet365.
All right, hold on. Let me see if there's only 4, so I got a 25% chance of winning. Like Group C, probably.
Actually, I was looking at Group D. You see the numbers on Bowman and Elliott? Heads up against 2 Fords.
Yeah. But again, like I think it comes down. Oh, man, the top, that number would be so much better because it's almost twice as much as their top 10.
That's what I'm saying.
And they don't. I mean, if they finish 11th or 12th, they could still win it.
Right.
Write that one down. Fuck, I'm gonna have to take out a loan this weekend to bet all this shit.
God help me. This poor fucking guy's not going to be able to go on a cruise this year.
Oh, I'm already booked.
Yeah. You're going to be asking for a fucking refund on Sunday night. I
feel you, but the legs are scary to me.
Well, that's the great part about what we do. You could throw, like, if you like something better than what Coop and I are on, you could throw your own parlay leg in there. You guys don't have to always go with us exactly. We try to lead you in the right direction the best we can. But Coop and I don't bet the exact same parlays week to week. We hit them every week, but they're slightly different every week. I like that Toyota Hendrick bet.
Wow. Hey, are we ready to move on?
Yeah.
I think this is the week, Jay. I think this is the week.
I know what you're gonna say. I bet you I know what you're gonna say.
Top Toyota.
Ty Gibbs, 14-1. See, you're gonna be like, we take them all, Keg. We take them all. We're finally gonna do it.
Yep.
Let the record show. I hit my first top Toyota parlay this year a couple weeks ago. I hedged out and I made 13 units, but we did finally get a top Toyota parlay home. I
What number do you want? Tell me what number you want.
I think you need 15-1 on Denny.
All right. I'm on it.
That's what I think you need.
I'm on it.
I'm on it. This fucking guy. He's going to be looking all night. I'm on it.
Oh, it'll be done in a minute.
Oh, this guy. It'll be done in a minute, he said. By the way, Ty Gibbs at 14-1 to be top Toyota this week. That's not a terrible standalone bet. I just want to throw that out there.
I need to ask you a question.
What?
Hold on.
I want everybody to know that's 1:00 in the morning, and I'll be up till 6 a.m. putting fucking plays on the site.
How confident are you in the Olberg?
Here's what I'll say. I'm extremely confident about his chances to win this fight in the first half of the fight. But if he doesn't end this fight in the first half of the fight, his cardio depletes pretty substantially. And the guy that he's fighting, his cardio does not deplete. So that worries me. You could be in a spot where you might have to get on him live, but I think Olberg is going to win in the first half of the fight. But shit could get a little hairy. I could see a world where it gets a little hairy.
I'm taking him out.
That being said, I will have an Olberg bet. I will have an Olberg bet.
All right. You want to know how many legs it took?
Yeah.
To get the number?
How many?
How many you think?
Hopefully 3. 3 plus 3. 3 plus Denny. 3 plus Denny. So 4 total.
All right, hold on. Let me switch something up. That will help get closer. Nah, that ain't gonna help get closer. Sorry.
Jesus, man. If I can go back, I would have never bet that Joey Logano parlay. I would have never bet it. Ruined a good man.
Are you willing to give 3.5 points to the Ravens?
Yeah. I think they're gonna fucking destroy them.
Okay. So, gonna have to put that back in. Yeah, I'm still at 7.
That's not enough.
Oh, you want me to do more? 8?
Oh, you're at 7. I thought you meant 7-1. You meant 7 legs?
Yeah.
Are you fucking... did you hit your head, bro?
But they're safe, Jay.
This guy See, for everybody that's watching, let me tell you what's happening here because I've seen it. He right now feels invincible because we hit these fucking things every week, which is not sustainable. So now
It's
he's
not.
like it's 7 legs, but it's safe.
But I think this is a good week. Do you want to hear what it is?
Yeah, go ahead, Coop. Go ahead.
It's Manel Cape,
Yeah.
Israel Adesanya.
Yeah. I could listen to you. I could listen to you say these names all day. Go ahead.
The Eagles and Commanders, or the Eagles money line and the Vikings money line.
Okay.
Washington -2.5 and Baltimore -3.5.
That's a lot of shit that needs to go right, Coop. That is
But
a
listen,
lot. That's a
but
lot.
listen. All right, hold on. I might be able to make it one less. Hold on, because
I can't, I can't, as a full-time sports bettor, 13 years, I cannot sign off on that. I can't.
all right, hold on. I might be able to get rid of a leg for you. Yeah, I can get rid of Israel Adesanya.
I'll tell you where I'm at. Like just thinking about this in my head.
That's 6 legs total.
Yeah. So no. If I was going to do this, Coop, I would bet spreads in the NFL.
Spreads.
Yeah, because you're only going to need 2, maybe 3.
All right, hold on. Let me get rid of Manel Cape, the Vikings money line, and the Eagles. Let me go back to football. What spreads are you looking at?
Minnesota -5.5.
What?
Tampa Bay is dreadful, Coop. They are bad.
But like, what if Baker really
Yeah,
is good with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin?
that would be the first place he was good at. I don't mind it. I don't mind Philly. I don't mind the Ravens -6.5.
I can't sign off on the Vikings. So, all right, hold on. For the Ravens,
I don't mind the Bears -1.5.
hold on.
Okay.
For the Ravens, you're willing to go 6.5.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're talking. What about the Commanders?
3 even.
Well, 365 doesn't do even numbers, so we got to work on halves.
What are they? Just if you just
They're
put them in.
-7.
So let's say 6.5.
I'll have them in a parlay at 6.5.
Tampa Bay defense isn't terrible. Yeah, but they're
All right,
not
all right.
that
Hey,
offense is
hey.
worth a game.
I think we need one more, maybe
Um,
2.
I think the Bears are going to win, Coop. I think that
Green Bay's got a lot of hurt running back. Wide receivers.
at -1.5 at home, you have to expect Fields to improve some.
Okay. The Ravens -6.5. The Commanders -6.5. The Bears -1.5.
Okay. Yeah, I can get behind that. Do you agree? Do you think the Bears win?
I do.
Yeah, me too.
But
where are you at on the Broncos Raiders game this week?
I haven't given it much consideration, to be honest with you.
I kind of think I'm going to be on Denver this week. Not at 3.5. If the number moves, we'll see. But I kind of think I'm going to be on them this week. But I like that. I think Washington should be a touchdown better than Arizona. I think that Baltimore could win by 20.
Let me ask you this.
Another thing, Coop, to consider is maybe like an alt line on.
Hold on.
All right, go.
Do you like the Eagles -4 more than the Bears -1.5? Same number.
I think they're the best team in the NFC. Worries me a little bit that they're on the road. I feel better about the Eagles at 2.5, at -2.5.
I agree with you. Okay. I've got another option for you.
Oh,
what
Brady.
What do you think about Seattle?
I think it's fucking impossible to lay 5 with Geno Smith. That's what I think.
I agree.
Should they win the game? I think they're better than the Rams this year. I think that people are a little too down on the Rams. I don't think I'm as down as the world on the Rams. But I do think that they're better than the Rams, and they probably should win the game.
All right, I'm not doing that. Damn. Holy shit. Hold on. But let me ask you this.
I think I might feel better about the Bears at 1.5 than the Eagles at 4. As crazy as that fucking sounds.
But I have the Eagles at 2.5.
Okay. All right.
The Seattle Seahawks -2.5 is -200.
That's I can't do that.
The Seattle Seahawks money line is -225. Like, wouldn't you pay a quarter more to get the money line?
100%. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the options that we have right now. Baltimore -6.5, Washington -6.5. I think we're good on those two pieces.
Yeah.
Take the Bears -1.5 to get you to, I think it was like 1580, 70, something like that. It was over 15. Okay. And that's on Denny.
Okay? Right. Adam said Bears money line, Washington -6.5, Baltimore -6.5, Denny's plus 1460.
Okay.
There it is.
All right. The other one that I was going to say was Philadelphia -2.5, Seattle money line. That takes you to 1851.
Adding those in addition to the 3?
No. It's Denny.
Right.
Baltimore and Washington -6.5.
Right.
Philly -2.5. Seattle money line.
I think I'd rather go with the 3 legs than the 5 legs. Yeah.
But the thing is, Do you trust the Bears versus the Seahawks and the Eagles?
I mean, it's really hard to say you trust either of those teams more than the Eagles. But there is something to be said for being opening night on the road in New England.
All right, hold on then. Maybe we do this. Whoa. Wow. All right. We're still on the Ravens and Commanders -6.5. You take the Bears money line. That gets you to 14.63.
That's it. Perfect.
Eagles money line 22.45.
You get $8, you're saying, adding the Eagles?
Yeah. Well, yeah, 7.
I think I would probably. That's a lot. I think at that point I would probably split the bet and bet half of it with the 3 legs and then half of it adding the Eagles. Is probably what I would do.
Are you in?
Fuck. I don't know. I don't know. If we're gonna bet 10 top 10s, I don't know if I'm in. I gotta think about it. Like I've got a stomach to lay, but I don't know if I have that kind of stomach. Plus the NFL action I'll be on Sunday. I mean, I'll have a quarter of the units were up on the year in play.
Again, take one unit. Let me ask you. All right, hold on. I'm going to do this. One unit. So that's 6 drivers. So if it was 4, it would be 250. 5 would be 200. Let's just say 150. Let's just say 150.
I'll tell you how I would do it. If I did it with you, I would bet half units. I would take those 6 guys and I would invest 3 units total. That's what I would do if I'm going to be in.
So you're going to bet $500 on each one of them.
That's what I would do, right?
To win $11,725 on Denny Hamlin.
I would split it. I would bet $250 with the 3 and then $250 adding the Eagles for each guy. So it would be 500 total.
So $250 on the Eagles and Bears, the bigger one.
And then $250 on
is $5,800. That's on Denny Hamlin.
See, I'd rather do that than bet the top 5s. Like, you're not getting me to bet at all. If I'm betting the top 10s and I'm betting the outrights, and we're going to do Toyota and Hendrick to win the race, then I'm not betting the top 5s, and we're going to try to get this parlay home, this top Toyota parlay home.
So if Bubba was to win, and it was the bigger parlay, it's 11.9
on a $500 investment.
No, $250.
Oh, right.
That's just one part of it. So the other one would probably be about 65-7.
Wow, really? That's a fucking lot.
Maybe I'm overestimating.
Okay.
Okay. If Ty Gibbs wins it.
No, I don't want to think about that, Coop. I don't want to talk about that. Why are we going to do that to ourselves?
27,000. That's just half of it.
People say you got to bet DFS to make money, huh? Okay. Yeah, let me write that.
So let me ask you. Hold on. Let me go back to this real quick.
Toyota.
I might change it. I think I'm going to change it.
Fucking guy's out of his mind.
No, I think you'll like it. What am I looking at? Okay.
I already have like 3 dimes invested into the NFL this week too. Sigh.
The fuck? All right. Remember 438 and 632.
Okay. 438, 632.
That can't be right. Hold on.
For everybody watching, I will have everything I'm on for NASCAR up before practice and qualifying tomorrow up on the website.
Oh, that's why. Oh. I'm sorry this takes so long.
It's all good.
Hit the wrong button.
Practice is at noon. So if you guys are going to bet what we're on, or at least what I'm on, go to the website tomorrow morning by 11 o'clock. I'll probably have it up tonight before I go to bed, but just check in the morning.
All right, 17-17. Write that down.
Okay.
That's not going to do you good. So what I'm trying to do is get the Commanders down to 2.5. So the Commanders 2.5, the Eagles and the Ravens minus 6.5 with Denny is 909.
That makes it less appealing.
But if I throw in the Bears, it goes up to 17-17. Do you trust the 6.5?
I think it's the scariest leg.
Right. That's why I was trying to see what we could.
I mean, don't you think that Washington defense dominates them? How are they going to score points?
I do.
But I agree with you. I think it's your your thought to get that number down makes sense. But I think
Like
they could easily cover it.
you could do it with all. You could do it with the 4 legs. The Bears money line, the Philly money line, -2.5, -6.5.
What's the Bears money line as opposed to like not the Bears, the Eagles money line juxtaposed to Izzy and over 1.5?
Hold on. You just want the number?
Yeah, like the Eagles money line is what?
Well,
-200?
I can't probably be the best. You're gonna have to do that because I've tried my hardest to put a fucking MMA play in and do the same game parlay with like the fighter wins the money line and then another prop, and it won't go.
So that is, what do you have on Eagles money line? What are they, like -200?
Yeah, exactly.
And Izzy and over 1.5 is -260, and that just feels so much safer to me. So like
To me it doesn't. But I mean, like, I'm not like the MMA, you know.
Right.
Because like, you know, 2.5 rounds. I mean, it's a punch.
1.5 rounds. You only got to get through 7 minutes of the fight. It's a 5-round
But it's
fight.
got to go. It's got to go through 2.5.
No, Izzy and over 1.5.
Right, but it's got to get to
the
second
halfway
round,
point.
halfway point.
Right.
That's why I'm saying 2.5.
Well, 2.5 would be the
I know
halfway
it. Yeah,
point
yeah,
around 3.
right. But you know what I mean.
Right.
Like I feel more comfortable with the Eagles.
Yeah, I get you. But I think we're close. I think that's the way to go for sure. Betting the Ravens.
I gotta do top 5, top 10, top Toyotas.
Yeah, so like you might as well just go to the fucking bank in the morning and tell them you want to refinance.
That's not a good time to be refinancing right now, Keg.
I don't know what to tell you, bro. With the amount of bets you're looking to place, it might be the best option.
Well, it's going to be like 3 to 4 units.
All right, so I feel good about where we're at.
Well, hold on.
We just got to get the legs home. God, the last thing I want to do is be at my fucking desk until 3 a.m. Things I do for people.
Top 5. I mean, top Ford. I don't think we should attack.
No,
because I mean, Bushler's 240.
Okay,
Logano is 5.
Let's start here. Stop looking at markets. We're done now.
Right? No, we might find one that's better. I mean, we can't stop.
We could stop, Coop. It's okay to stop.
Wow. You think there's a shot like that Elliott or Bowman's the top Chevy?
I think it's tough. It's a tough ask to beat those 200 cars. They've been so much better.
But I do like that leg, Philadelphia.
What's the number on them? What are they, like 10 to 1?
9 and 11.
Yeah, that's probably where they should be.
Okay.
That's probably where they should be. I don't mind people taking a solo shot though. Like if they're not going to go our route and get as invested as we are, if you want to throw a flyer on Elliott and Bowman at 9 and 11 to be the top Chevy, I guess you could. I'm not looking to step in front of those two guys though.
But I mean, I think we've got to go with Toyota because, like, we can pin it down to 5 Fords and 6 Chevys, but like it's not a guarantee like
Right.
Toyota is
Right.
because there are other drivers who drive Fords and Chevys
Right.
that could pull something crazy.
Right. And like when you look at like Bubba 5.5, Gibbs 14, Reddick
Right.
is like 4 change. Those are 3 guys that could definitely be top Toyota.
Right, but and the other piece too I like is that um Ty Gibbs is 14.
Right.
Like he could be faster than all of the Fords at that number
Right.
versus their
Right.
number,
Right.
and most of the Chevys, who is at a better number.
Yep. And like you don't even have to throw, like, now that I think about it, I'm not going to be throwing a half unit on the Gibbs part of that top Toyota. There's no need to. He's 14-1. You're not going to have to invest that heavy to get a great return.
27,000.
I'm not greedy. I'll take 5.
All right, it's going to be a great weekend.
I hope. If we could do it, if we could have another week where we get these parlay legs home, it's going to be a great weekend. I agree. It's going to be a great weekend. I think we got the race pegged. Xfinity, where you at?
Hey, I'll probably just bet it live. Either that, or I'll throw in a parlay. Fuck, I don't know. What the hell?
Why not, right?
But see, like, I looked at it a little bit. Like, John Hunter's 2.5. Justin Allgaier's 3.5. Austin Hill's 4.5. They're the 3 best cars this year on 1.5s.
Agreed. Although I do think lately Josh Berry's making a case lately, but I agree.
But like, Chandler Smith at 18-1.
The problem
He's
is
been really,
he'll run around.
He's been really good on these. He's been really good on the 1.5s.
I know, but like it seems like there's been a car or two better like each race, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, he lost Las Vegas to Austin Hill. What did he? See, they didn't run Kansas earlier this year.
He is 18-1. That is crazy. I could look at. I have a racing reference still up.
They didn't run Kansas earlier this year. They went to Portland.
So Austin Hill won Vegas. What did he finish second there?
Yeah. Right, he passed him with like 2 laps left, or the last lap or something.
Allgaier won Charlotte. Nemechek second. Hill fourth. Chandler Smith 10th. 13th, actually.
Those are the only 1.5 they ran.
Yeah. I guess we could throw Michigan in there. Nemechek 1, Berry 2, Gibbs 4. Josh Berry's been coming on lately on these ovals. That car's been a lot better.
We could run a parlay with those 4 drivers. Try to get them to 10.
The problem is, like, you would have to go with completely different legs. You can't have that much exposure because now it's getting crazy. Even the way you're doing it at that point, it's still getting crazy.
Yeah. We haven't thrown Seattle in anything.
Yeah.
I mean, hold on. Just to give us an idea. What it would be. Football. Game lines.
Nemechek is minus 320 to hit the top 5. Holy Christ. Josh Berry at even money. Click. Chandler Smith is plus 275, Coop. I can get behind that. Allgaier top 5. Hill top 5. Click, 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 click. Oh, what, Jay? You're going to be fucking filing for welfare? It happens. What are you going to do?
So Ravens, Commanders, Seahawks, Vikings money line. That's what it takes to get Johnny at 10.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't. I'm gonna have too much money.
Or I might be able to get it down to 3 legs for you. 10's the number though, right?
For him to win?
Yeah.
It could be a little less if we're gonna have 4 guys. If we're gonna go with those 4.
Seattle, Minnesota, Jacksonville, 928.
See, like those are Seattle, Minnesota, Oh, okay. Yeah, like I already have a dime on Washington. I got a dime on the Ravens minus 3. I got a dime on the Vikings money line, all around minus 120. So I'm already in.
That's why I said Seattle, Minnesota, Jacksonville.
Yeah, like that's not that. At least it's different.
Who do you trust least of that? Jacksonville, I guess. For me, it's Minnesota.
To win the game? For you, it's Minnesota?
Yeah.
For me, I think it would be Seattle.
I mean, you could replace excuse me, one of Seattle, one of Minnesota, or one of Jacksonville with Philadelphia. Because Jacksonville, Minnesota, and Seattle are all similar money lines.
All right.
What did they do in that race last year in Kansas?
Who?
Xfinity. It's probably Noah Gragson and JRM.
Graxon, Allgaier, Gibbs, Jones. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So Gibson, JRM.
Yep. 2 and 2.
Okay.
And Josh Berry was 7. Austin Hill 12.
Austin Hill's different this year.
Who's in Brandon Jones' Toyota this year?
Oh, that's that different driver every week. Shit. I think
right.
Joe Graff is this week.
All right, boys. You guys know where we're at. Coop will put whatever he ends up banging out in the Discord, and I'll throw it on the website. Also, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already a member. In the description of this video, there is a link to hop in the Discord. We have 400 people in there. It's growing, and it's a good place to figure out how to make money week to week because we crush in there, and that's being like humble. So it's worth getting in there. And that's it. We'll be live tomorrow at 3:00 for the race. UFC. Gav will be killing college football. And then Sunday we'll be live for the NFL and NASCAR at 1:00. Check the website before 11 a.m. Get everything that we're on. And that's it, boys. Hopefully we crush this weekend. It's been a great year. Hopefully we continue it. And we're out. For Coop, I'm Keg. We'll see you guys next week. Later.